Audi Quattro, or more accurately, the Sport Quattro S1 E2. It's what happens when rallying sets fire to the rulebook.
Firstly, if you're not wearing any headphones, get some on now. Trust me, you really need them for this bit. This is Mike. Inside Mike's ears are two microphones that record sound just like our own ears in 3D. He's shaped like this to mimic the way sound travels into and around our heads. So when you play it back, you hear what Mike hears as if you were actually here, listening with your own ears. This isn't just surround sound, it's sonic sorcery. It works everywhere I go. This side, that side. Are you freaked out yet?
Now imagine what it sounds like when we put Mike in the passenger seat, to bring that tunnel run magic straight into your ears. Windows down, drop a few gears, floor it, feel the noise. With Mike's help, we can recreate that for you right now. Let's head back to the Stig, and this time you can go on board. Remember, headphones on. Get ready to ride, and I'll see you next time.
This isn't just rallying royalty, it's the king of the Quattros. Everybody knows that Quattro is Audi's four-wheel drive system, but it's iconic cars like this which made it famous. Made in 1985, the E2 was the last of Audi's Group B rally cars, and its most ferocious. Under the bonnet is a 2.1-litre 5-cylinder with a turbocharger the size of a bucket. In full boost mode, it's said to make 550 horsepower, which is probably the most of any Group B rally car, and the others are hardly shy. All of this in a car which weighs just over a tonne. Acceleration, brutal. 0 to 60 in around 3 seconds on almost any surface. Even by Group B standards, it was a proper wild child. But how did it come about?
In 1980, Audi surprised everyone by unveiling the original Quattro at the Geneva Motor Show. A year later, they entered it into the WRC and almost immediately started winning. Then in 1982, world rallying changed. Keen to create excitement, the authorities relaxed the rules to encourage more invention, excitement and speed. They called the new rules Group B. With its four-wheel drive system, Team Audi had a head start against rear-wheel drive rivals. Combined with the new regulations, they were almost unstoppable. Winning the Constructors' Championship in 1982, followed by the Drivers' Championship in '83 and both titles in 1984, with evolutions of the Quattro. Never again would a rear-wheel drive car win the WRC. But they had some serious competition. The likes of Lancia, Peugeot, MG, Ford and Renault also unleashed their wildest creations, raising the stakes with ever faster and flimsier cars. The S1E2 arrived late in 1985, at the height of Group B madness. Drivers somehow tamed their cars, but they couldn't tame the crowds, which formed human corridors along the stages. Then, all hell broke loose. In March 1986, several people were killed and 30 injured when Joachim Santos's Ford crashed into the crowd after swerving to avoid a spectator. 2 months later, Henry Toivonen and Sergio Cresto died when their Lancia left the road and burst into flames. Group B was banned. But there was a reprise for the E2, which went on to conquer the Pikes Peak hill climb in the hands of Walter Roll.
This car is one of just 20 E2s ever made, and today they change hands for around £1.8 million. Yes, that's nearly £2 million for a car that's trimmed with plastic guttering. But although it might look rustic, the body was actually designed with F1 aerodynamicists. It was the first time aero and downforce were really used in rallying. The snowplow spoiler parted the air, the skyscraper wing stopped it from flying, and these channels funneled the air around the car. The 5-cylinder engine was heavy, so they moved almost everything else to the back. Open up the boot, and you'll find the battery alternator, oil cooler, radiators, and fans all huddled inside. But to really appreciate this thing, you have to fire it up. Stig, you're a lucky boy today.
When Stig's not home, Catesby is a state-of-the-art subterranean test centre, used by car makers and racing teams to develop everything from aero to acoustics. There's no wind, no rain, no weather at all. Just a constant 10 degrees, day or night. Perfect conditions for 24/7 testing. And to guarantee smooth running, nearly 2 miles of tarmac was poured in one continuous flow, with no joins, by the same people who just resurfaced Silverstone. And with no bump bigger than just 0.5 millimetre, it's smoother than Stig's helmet. And to keep it that way, crazy launches and burnouts are banned. But nobody told Stig that. Plus, you can make as much noise as you like.
So here's the idea. Stig's got 2 runs to make as much noise as possible. That's nearly 3.5 miles of racket. Let's see what it sounds like. Woo! 126.6. That's about as loud as a fireworks party in your front room. This time we've got to do a rolling start, so let's see Stig run. Okay, let's go. Wow. That's exactly how I imagined it would sound as you could hear a Group B car come ripping past you at a rally. That's serious. I love it.
Wait, let's rewind that. I want to see that again, but this time we're going to crank it up. From the World Rally stage to the Top Gear sound stage. That was insane. You want to hear it again? Me too. But before that, there's someone you need to meet.